Hi there, I am Dr. Tabana Hong, and thank you so much for sharing your precious time to watch a pitch for the development of doorsteps mobile clinics. I serve currently as the Chief Executive Officer of Doorsteps Mobile Clinics, and I also serve as the Medical Director and CEO of St. Joseph's Hospital, Maracha.
I'm going to visit one of our clients who is on palliative care, but we provide services at the doorsteps of that client. We hope you can share with us our challenges that we face in implementing this program, especially for palliative care and other preventive care provision to the community and their doorsteps. And I hope we can share together with you the passion that we have to improve the services that we provide to our clients.
Thank you. Mapenzo Kasian, a clinical personal caregiver. I can just do all days. All days. That's why it's specific today. Like we have one outreach today, we are going to visit the patient. We will come again to see another. They have 2 or 3 today. Yes,
After a journey of roughly 20 kilometers to visit one of our clients today, this is transparent because from here onward, they're going to be accessible and they can even if I'm saying and you see they can be great and even the challenge
He's traveling hard. This one gets to the hospital. This is what this truck.
Well, but you can really see the jaundice has really spread. You can see from the sclera here, and even you can see the fingers are now yellow. So we need to screen him much more for the liver to see, well, is there any spread to the liver, things like that. And then we plan the ways forward. Is he having any abdominal pain?
Yeah, Nazora. Yeah, Nazokongwa. Yeah.
So he's getting abdominal pain. This client of ours would require referral to the hospital or the nearest health facility for us to elicit more why he's having jaundice, and especially to run the liver function tests, and then to see if there's any metastasis of the tumor to any body parts from the lungs to the abdominal cavity, especially the liver, or well, any other tissue it can spread to depending on what tumor. One thing for sure though is we've not done biopsy to really diagnose which type of tumor this is, and it would also be required for him to undergo some basic tests like abdominal ultrasound, complete blood count, liver function test, to find out how his general state is, so that we can help him. But he can barely afford this kind of services, especially the radiological, because in our setting it is hard to even get an ultrasound in the close by health centers. So probably bring services for ultrasound and basic laboratory tests to our clients near would help us manage his clients. He's a human being like any one of us. He desires to live a comfortable life, even when he's facing a life-threatening illness. He deserves to have a dignified life, and we deserve to give him much better. But currently we can't give all that at the facility because we are limited by some aspects of funding and also the investigative capability to come to the field and investigate from here. So he's a human being. He desires to live, to also have quality life. And his life matters to us all, because for us, our nature of service is every life matters, and we should take care of it from the start to the end. In seeing him go through such pain and not able to afford the basic services is heartbreaking. It is someone who really vowed to care for life and be a custodian. It's hard to see them go through such situations. mental health because they do like because of how things have been. Annually, the government of Uganda budgets roughly 0.3 US dollars for an individual like this, the whole financial aid, and that is supposed to help to deliver primary health care services to them, and has a whole roughly 3.6 US dollars for a person like this to pay the health workers who take care of him. But as you can see, just mere investigations and what we could do for him today could cost well about 4.5 US dollars to really to take care of him. The question is there anything different me and you and others that can give help to such clients? Is there anything more that we can do to really help these vulnerable, disadvantaged, and people who live in this kind of hard to reach areas to access dignified services? And this is a call to you, wherever you are, wherever you are. There are people who need services brought closer to them, to their doorsteps, so that they can also live a dignified life. So basically what we are going to do today, with the limitations we have, is to organize to transport him to the hospital, to run some food tests and give him his oral morphine to manage his pain, and also to see that he can feed better. You can see he's malnourished at the stage where he needs to feed better, but he can't afford that. So these are some key issues that we face to deliver services to our clients on a daily basis. We need you, they need you. They are just human beings who need help to survive and live a dignified life. And we are limited by the investigations. We needed to for him a scan, a CT scan. We needed to do for him X-ray. We needed to take a biopsy of this, but also to see how the heart and the liver and other organs are functioning. And he's limited by resources to be able to have those tests done. And services, not only for him, but for the 100 plus people who need services in this small area here to reach them. So this is the need that we have, and well, in 2013, the Uganda Demographic Health Services did a survey to find out what is the need for health services. 60% of the population in Uganda services, immunization, HIV screening, TB screening and treatment. And in that survey there, it was found that 400 million people cannot access this kind of services, even basic HIV screening, antenatal, postnatal services, TB screening and its treatment. And as such, at least one of 400 million people die annually because they can't access the services. So the need to really reach people is huge and immense, and the mobile health services is becoming more acceptable. And after 2016, there was the spread through the appeal by President Barack Obama to see that in East Africa people can access services more where they are, led to the spring of mobile health care services to access people like Joseph, who may not be able to walk to the facilities and get the services. So yes, there is a huge need to access. And in Uganda currently, apparently, the cases of non-communicable diseases, including cancers, heart disease, pressure, diabetes, is on the rise. Actually, out of every 4 people in this country, 1 of them has hypertension. They are not being screened for adequately, and therefore they cannot access services. And in my years of practice, I've realized actually why people die is not because the diseases sometimes are not treatable. We have these infectious diseases, pneumonia, then we have of course malaria, we have typhoid, but people will come late to the facilities to access services because of the bottlenecks, which include the road network, the distance from the facilities, and that's why they die. But if we could get to them more and make services close to them, we could prevent a lot of the unnecessary deaths that we see at the facilities on a daily basis. So this is just one case of so many people who are yearning for outreach services, for mobile services to be brought to them at their doorsteps so they can live a dignified life.
Azare adima ruwawo sa de tiri mo podia si de yo ruwa de yani ma so de zinga ko anzi ma de nya kama su za mai wa de lo so andra da ma dil bandrici ma ruwa de dimu ka tenko ma ruwa onzi afanya zane ma dilin do pongware si azin si yifera azin si yo mana bana chazo ni sado ha yengoni ara ni dikku aku du ora pon mongure kama za kora ka koko ba ma za ko bale ya alo even mane bere rufera ko ba ko di ana divini yonjiku ba za kama za kora mana divini mo chokodra kalo koko adriti wa asimi kirkirse aza koma